Hi, good morning. I'm so excited to talk with you and to record this video. I'm so excited. I forgot my eyeglasses. Isn't that hilarious? So I'm talking about the 5 indicators of happiness, the 5 things that you can do to ensure your very own happiness, and which one is the most important thing. It's really incredible because based on the other things from the list, which is to think about and write down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for, and to meditate and quiet your mind. Hi, Nina, nice to see you. And to quiet your mind and to record the thing that was the most positive experience you had in the last 24 hours. This one is the indicator for your success, and it's the one that guarantees your success more than the others. And it's incredible when you understand why it's the truth. Now, what I'm referring to is the giving back and smiling and being a contributor in your community. So for most people, their community happens to be their workplace, but it also includes family, volunteer work, right? Whatever group it is that you are an active participant in is your community. Now listen, this is really amazing. Why, out of that whole list of 5 things, is the act of contributing and giving to other people so important? And why does that ensure happiness above all the others? In order to understand the answer to that question, you must look at how we as human beings are created. Hey, Akimba, nice to see you. So we are created with a nervous system. Everybody knows about the nervous system. And that nervous system is specifically designed to do 2 things. One, to receive input from the environment via the senses and send that information to the brain. And number 2, respond. So it's a receiver and it's a responder. Now get this. When you are in a community of people and you're giving, when you're kind, when you're smiling, when you're being grateful for something someone did to you, when you're writing thank you notes, when you're doing things actively, you are stimulating a basic human need to receive. Now, everybody probably knows about the studies that they did on Romanian babies in orphanages, and how there were some babies that did not thrive and survive because they did not receive care. What kind of care are we talking about? Being held, being spoken to. Sure, their diapers were changed and they were fed, but their nervous system was not stimulated. So get this, so this is crazy. I was raised very religiously, and I was told that the Bible says we are all born sinners. Did anyone ever really explain what that means to you? They say that we're born being bad, but you know, my infants, when they were born, they weren't bad infants. They didn't do things that were considered inappropriate, right? That wasn't in their nature. So what I really think that implies is that when we are born as pure receivers, which is very true of babies. They are constantly absorbing things from their environment. They are receiving input and feeding their brain. And the children who receive constant attention and their needs are constantly met, those are the children who thrive. It's the children who don't get the attention that they need. It's the children who don't understand that their needs can be met, and that they're missing that link to the environment, which feeds their basic need to be loved, to be valued, and to feel secure. And what's fascinating is that you can see, if you look around to your friends and people even in the grocery store, you can see which children are getting their needs met and which children are not. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this rule, but when it comes down to it, we as human beings are designed to receive, and our brain is constantly searching for input. That's why children touch things. That's why their eyes look at things. That's why they learn to sit up, right? They're interacting with their environment. And of course, when your child smiles, the first time your child says, "I love you," that is them giving back to you. So you're completing this amazing cycle that when it comes to happiness, if you are able to give and therefore stimulate another human being's nervous system to receive, that is what triggers the happiness loop. And that is what ensures more happiness than the other list of 4 things that actually have to do more with you singularly interacting with your own circle rather than interacting with a wider circle. So understand, of the list of 5 things, yes, they're very important. We suggest that you participate in all of them, which is number 1, write down the things that you're grateful for, 3 to 5 on average. Number 2, sorry, I was just distracted. Somebody's sending me a message and it's appearing on my screen. Number 2, let's go on to number 3, contribute to your community, and also write down one experience that was the most beneficial in the last 24 hours, and do a little 2 or 5 minute meditation, and you can look up the list of the other items at another time. So I encourage you, in order to maintain your happiness and increase your happiness factor, you will be contributing to a basic universal law that I'm so excited to share with you about on Friday, because I want to explain to you the other side of the coin. So today we talked about the receiving aspect of this cycle of happiness, but I would like to identify for you the other side of the cycle, which is the side that you're contributing to in your community, which is that thing that ensures an increase and long-term happiness in your life. So interestingly, just a side note, I would like to share with you again that Candace Pert was the one who did the research on polypeptides. Polypeptides are the little proteins that you produce when you experience emotions. And as you recall in previous videos, if you tend to produce the polypeptide of, say, like grumpiness or of dissatisfaction, your cells are stimulated to experience that dissatisfaction, that lower vibration experience, and that's the experience that gets reinforced in all your cells. So if you don't feel happy right immediately when you begin these practices of 5 things to do to increase your happiness, don't worry about it. Please stick with it. In fact, the researchers at Harvard, which is a great stamp of approval, Shawn Achor, his research indicated that we know that it takes 20, 21, 30 days in order to reestablish good habits. And I think that's the period of time that's required to begin the shift in your nervous system and in your body in order to make a positive difference. So when you are attempting to improve your happiness and make the changes, and I recommend that you do it on a regular basis, that is daily, write down what you're grateful for, write down a great experience from the last 24 hours, write those things, sit with a short meditation. When you do those and when you practice them, after about 30 days, you will have changed your nervous system for the better, and that's the key. It is time that is the great equalizer. So you have to put in your time. It does not happen overnight. So I encourage you Keep up with your pursuit of happiness, and until Friday, when I explain to you that entire loop that is actually the answer to the life, the universe, and everything, till then, think head wise, feel heart wise, and move body wise.